Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. My name is Paula Richardson. I'm a nurse practitioner and the owner of TN Health Solutions, emphatically known as Top Notch Health Solutions. And this is Wellness Wednesday. This series for the last quarter of the year is talking about is your GI tract holding you back? So I've done several other videos already, kind of giving an introduction to the gut microbiome was the first video. The second video was talking about the gut microbiome, gut health, and obesity. Okay. And so tonight we're going to be talking about gut health and immunity. Okay. And so the impact of the gut microbiome or your gut health on immunity. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right. So just again, I just want to introduce what a nurse practitioner is. I'm an advanced practice registered nurse that has the ability to assess, diagnose, and treat. I'm a family nurse practitioner. I have over 22 years of overall nursing experience in critical care. Of that 22 years, 10 years as a nurse practitioner, a family nurse practitioner, and 8 years as an acute care nurse practitioner. So I have the ability to work in the intensive care unit and in the community. Most recently, I decided to pivot my profession to focus on the community because health is wealth and it all starts in the GI tract. All right. So I just have to give this disclaimer that the content in this presentation is for information or educational purposes only and does not substitute professional medical advice or consultations with your healthcare providers. The dietary supplements products discussed in the presentation is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The usual disclaimers for something that's not FDA approved, okay? So again, as I mentioned before, there's been a move and a shift to wellness. We know that illnesses, viruses, monkeypox, COVID, whatever is coming is not going away. And we just have to get ourselves ready to bounce back. That means we're going to be exposed to things, but how can we optimize our body to bounce back quicker? Because we have to keep it moving. There's no other option. All right. And I'm not talking about being in perfect health, perfect size. I'm talking about what wellness looks like for you. What does wellness look like for you? Okay, because sickness comes in all shapes and sizes. You can be a size 10 and still have a lot of medical issues. And you could be of size as well and have medical issues and may have no chronic issues and just be of size. However, this is about wellness for everyone. And let's get started. So, is your GI tract holding you back? This topic this week is talking about the impact of the gut microbiome on immunity. Okay. And you might think, now my stomach is usually used to help. I eat, I digest, I go to the bathroom. What does it have to do with immunity, right? How does my stomach help me fight off infections? That are linked outside of my stomach and also linked outside the stomach. So, again tonight, just the focus again, the stomach, your stomach, your GI tract, your gut microbiome has an impact on many things. Okay, like I have them all here: fatigue, low energy, check your gut; diabetes issues, check your gut; struggling with obesity, can't get the weight off, check your gut; sugar cravings, carb cravings, check your gut; persistent stomach issues, check your gut. And when I say check your gut, I'm talking about get a detailed evaluation of what's in your gut. Okay. Everybody's stomach is different based on genetics, based on how food was introduced to you, based on how our diet is. And so it's different for everyone. The amount of stress that you're under, all of this affects your gut health and it affects your immunity. Yes, your immunity. So, again, what is gut health? Trillions of bacteria, fungi, and other microbes that help control digestion, benefiting the immune system and overall health and wellness. Again, as I show here, our gut health impacts everything. Your gut bacteria breaks down your carbs, your sugars, but also triggers certain hormones and receptors to communicate to your body, literally to your body. And so when we have what we call an imbalance in the gut, it affects everything, including immunity. So what I want to start off by here is just talking about what is gut immunity. Okay, what you're seeing here is a client's actual results. And so what I do at my office is called a GI map. It can be done in the office or virtually. This is for clients who have been dealing with issues with their overall health and wellness. They may not be sick, but they don't feel well. They may have a number of stomach issues, chronic health issues that seem to be spiraling out of control. They may want to take a deeper dive and look into their wellness. And it all starts in the gut. So this is a very detailed test. I'm going to go over a few of the results tonight that are geared towards immunity. Okay. So the first part of immunity in the gut that I'm going to talk about tonight are the commensal bacteria. Okay. So commensal bacteria are the bacteria that you want to have, and we have billions of them. This test only shows just a few. Okay. This client here takes probiotics. All right. And so it looks like this client's commensal bacteria is not too bad. I mean, take a look at it. Everything seems to kind of be in the green. The enterococcus could be a little bit higher. Oh, excuse me. And the E. coli is absent here. Not absent, but very low. So we could work on that. But overall, this client has been taking probiotics, and it looks like the commensal bacteria are in pretty good shape. This is good. Okay. And so this is what you want to kind of see. You want to see more on the green side towards the right side. So this is an example of good commensal bacteria. Okay. All right. And so here, this is the same client. This is the same client. Okay. And he has a high amount of all of these organisms, Pseudomonas, staph, and strep, despite taking probiotics. Okay. Despite the fact that he has these bacteria here who are designed to fight for him, he still seems to have a huge overgrowth of Enterococcus, Pseudomonas, staph, and strep, even Klebsiella. Okay. So you have to wonder, like, wow, if he's taking probiotics and those gut bacteria are good, which we want, then how do we get all these other things in there, right? So, several things. First of all, what can cause these high numbers that affect the immunity of the gut? Because these numbers cause what we call inflammation in the gut and an imbalance in the gut, which lowers the gut's defense mechanisms. Okay. All right. So, one thing, it causes inflammation. All right. It opens up the channels for these bacteria to possibly go into the bloodstream and other areas of the body, which again affects overall health and wellness. But before it gets into the bloodstream, it creates a low level of inflammation in the gut. Okay. Where the gut is supposed to be tight, it its channels are open, like they begin to open and become inflamed. Okay. All right. And that leads to all kind of chronic health issues, and also decreases the gut ability and immunity. So this places this client at high risk for other infections. Okay. But this test has an even better way to take a look at your immunity. Okay. And it's here. Okay. This test is phenomenal. It tells you your intestinal health markers. This is a client who takes probiotics every day, who has a lot of opportunistic and overgrowth of organisms that's causing an imbalance in the gut, but also this secretory IgA, which is the immune system of the gut. This helps us look at what the immunity is. And you see here, normal is 510 to 2010, And here it is absolutely undetectable. Okay. This is a client that has repeatedly been sick multiple times. And his gut immunity is completely wiped out. Remember, our guts communicate to the right receptors that affect everything else in our body. Okay. And for this client, his immunity is directly being affected by what we call dysbiosis. Okay. A dysbiosis. And so you wonder, like, how do we heal his gut? So, the program that I offer heals his gut naturally. We use holistic methods and ways to take a look at the root cause of things. Okay. And so we don't put band-aids, we try to find the root cause and deal with it. Okay. So a couple of things could have caused this situation, right? So, first of all, high levels of stress. Let me repeat, high levels of stress. So we hear about stress causing heart attacks, right? We hear about stress causing high blood pressure. We hear about all that. But high levels of stress literally wipe out the immune system of the gut. It impacts much, much more that leads to a tumble of other issues behind it. Okay. So, why is this important? Because 85% of our immunity, depending on the text that you read, is 75 to 85% of our immunity is in our gut. So, if we don't have this defense mechanism in place, we can take all the vitamin C we want, all the vitamin D we want, all the probiotics that we want. We can take everything we can get and take. But if the immune system of the gut is imbalanced with these organisms, okay, again, we got strep, staph, pseudomonas, enterococcus, klebsiella, then it can cause all of this. It's just literally a tumble effect, like a domino effect, okay? All right, so I cannot say enough. We have got to, as a culture, as a people, learn how to deal with stress. Learn how to deal with stress. And so what I have learned to do is ask myself, is it worth my gut microbiome? And the answer is no, because that is the gateway to my health and wellness. Okay. I'm not saying that we have to handle things perfectly and act like nothing upsets us, but definitely find constructive ways to keep ourselves calm and deal with stress in a better way. Okay. That means not just physical stress, but also getting enough rest at night. Okay. Getting enough rest. Your gut needs about 6 to 8 hours of sleep, right? I mean, that sounds like a lot. Most of us get about 4.5, 6 hours, depends on what you got going on. But getting a good night's sleep and allowing your gut to literally calm itself down and go through its processes is important. It is helpful for the gut bacteria. Okay. So I'm not saying this that probiotics are not purposeful. Let me be very clear. They are purposeful. Okay. But when you have an imbalance like this of the gut, and you have no gut immunity, is undetectable to be specific, then we got some other things to work on. Okay. And that's why this test is important for clients who are dealing with some things they can't quite put their finger on. Like if you continuously catch COVID and you can't really bounce back. Okay. Virus after virus after virus after virus. It's time to look a little deeper into things. If you want to just get an idea of what's going on with your health underlying, this is a great test. It has other numbers here, which I'm not going to focus on tonight, but we're going to move on to the next slide. So how to boost gut immunity? Okay. One thing, taking good probiotics. All right. Good quality probiotics. If anyone wants any suggestions on good quality probiotics, please drop a comment. If you're on Facebook, you can DM me. I can suggest some for you. Or you can email me at wellness@tnhealthsolutions.org. I have great probiotic options that I feel are effective, and there are multiple strains of it in there. So, for example, let me go back. Oftentimes, when we get probiotics, you may see lactobacillus. It's just one, right? But you see this test, and there are trillions of probiotics, but there are other ones that we also need that are very good for our bodies. Lactobacillus is one really good one. It helps with our immunity, of course. Okay. Bifidobacterium also is very helpful and protective. These gut bacteria are helpful and protective against gastric cancer. They are phenomenal to help protect us, and so making sure we have enough of all of these is very, very vital. Okay. All right. So shoot me a text, or you can even text gut health to my office line 678-578-8449. Also, taking good quality prebiotics. You probably wonder, what is prebiotics? We don't hear about that. So there's a difference between prebiotics and probiotics. All right. So without the specific test that tells me that you would need prebiotics, basically what it is this: probiotics support the bacteria that are there. So if you have these bacteria, the good ones in there, the probiotics help nurture and feed the good ones that are here. Okay. Prebiotics are great for helping the gut to create the actual bacteria that we need. Okay. So prebiotics and probiotics together are absolutely phenomenal. Again, you can always text it 678-578-8449. I can give you a few options of a couple of products that have good quality prebiotics and probiotics in them. Okay. So, and also another difference is this: prebiotics have to last to get to the small intestine, where they are really going to actually nurture the gut to create your good gut bacteria. Probiotics don't have to get that far. So if you don't get a good prebiotic that is layered, double capsuled, where it can last throughout the digestive tract and then get to the area that it needs to get to create it, then you're not going to get any usefulness out of it. You can also eat great prebiotics. So like your spinach, your kale, your fermented foods like kefir, kimchi, um, as well as asparagus, great vegetables for prebiotics that can help you. Okay. So constructive ways to deal with stress. I already told you that. Physical activity. Absolutely. Do what you can do to get moving. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to run 2 or 3 miles a day, but do what your body can do to keep flexible and keep moving. Exercise creates diversity in the gut bacteria, and that's what you want. And that's why it's important to eat plenty of green leafy vegetables, fiber, a variety of colorful foods and vegetables, because it creates diversity in your gut microbiome. Okay. All right. So it's not all about weight loss. It's not all about what we see. It's about the things that we cannot see that actually impact our health and wellness. Also, limiting processed food and sugars. I'm going to go back to this slide here. These numbers are caused by several things. Okay. So this client here has poor gut immunity. So everything that he comes across, he could possibly get. And so that's what he's dealing with there. But also processed foods and sugars. They have preservatives and things in them that not only again contribute to improper weight gain and things like that, but also it contributes to getting these organisms in the gut. Okay. And so that's why it's important to try to avoid or limit. We got to be realistic here. Life is about balance. Okay. You can't just, remove everything and don't have a life here. It depends on how you've been living, but limiting those processed foods and sugars and getting a good colorful diet in place is phenomenal. It'll help you from the inside out. So you're probably asking, and you're wondering, how do I do this? So what's in your gut? And that's what this test does. It's called the GI map. I have a client here who's getting her test done, and she's happy about it. She's going to find out, get a deeper dive into her health and wellness. And what do you get for this? And we're going to heal it naturally. Okay. All right. Using holistic natural supplements and essential oils that are researched to heal the gut naturally. Okay. So the gut wellness program. So basically, it's the program literally. Once you purchase the GI map, you can do this at home or you can come to my office and pick up the kit. It's sent off. FedEx picks it up. It's a stool sample, guys. Getting you ready. It's a stool sample. And literally, they pick it up. Results come to me in about 10 to 12 days. So far, lately, about 7 days. I get your actual results. I create a customized plan for your gut. I mean, for your gut. Okay. And based on that, you get a 90-day, sometimes 4 to 6 months if you got yeast or parasites or anything like that. It may take a little bit longer. But a customized plan, and we partner for at least 90 days. And we track your health, your wellness, how you feel overall. You get weekly text messages or emails answered on Tuesdays, and we meet every month for 45 minutes to discuss how you're feeling and what are you doing in your protocol. So this is it for tonight. Is your GI tract holding you back? If you would like to hear more about the program, you can give me a call at 678-578-8449. We have phenomenal financing options that make it more affordable to take a look at your wellness. We are taking wellness to a whole new level, provoking wellness in the atmosphere. No matter what we hear on any other way, we are going to focus on wellness. All right, guys, I'm done for today. For tonight. Looking forward to seeing you next week. And we'll go from there. And I'm going to put the last little slide up here. That's my information. Again, I'm Paula Richardson, nurse practitioner, owner of TN Health Solutions by way of Decatur, Georgia. Book your wellness appointment or wellness service, and I will be pleased to help you. Have a good night.